Welcome to another video lesson, and today we are going to look at all there is to know about an Excel function. Come along and let's delve into it. An Excel function is a pre-built formula that performs a specific calculation or operation on a data in a spreadsheet. Let's look at the parts of an Excel function. It has a name, and its name is a unique name that identifies that particular function. And we have arguments, so every function contains values, needs values or cell references that are passed to the function to perform the necessary calculation. And we need a syntax. So the specific order and structure of the function, including the function name, arguments and parentheses, are referred to as the syntax. So now let's move into Excel and take a practical session. Alright, so welcome to Excel. And we are going to look at these 4 functions we have on this separate sheet. The text functions are 3 here. We are going to look at the sum, Sumif, and the aggregate function. Now let's take the let function. So we studied that a function has a name, it also contains arguments, and we have a syntax, the order in which we need to insert the argument, and also we need to put them in a parenthesis. So we trigger a function in Excel with the equal to sign or the plus symbol. Then the function here is called the left, and this left function returns a specified number of characters from the start of a text string. So that's the leftmost side of this text string in B2. So we are going to extract seven letters from the start of this text string, which will cover up for the letter for the word playing. Great. So the mid function returns the characters from the middle of a text string given a starting position and length. So the starting position will be where we'll start extracting our middle text from. So we are going to extract basketball, and when you count from H to B, B is the 10th position. So mid with our parentheses being open, we select our text. So this is the order in which we need to insert the argument. That's called a syntax, with a comma separating it. Then the start number is 10, and the number of characters we want to extract from the middle is also 10, which is basketball. The next one is the same, so I'm going to fast forward this. Alright, so we have the right function here, and the right function returns a specified number of characters from the end of a text string. So this is at the end of text string. That's the rightmost side. So we select the cell containing the text, and the number of characters we want to extract is 4. And this gives us sentence playing basketball is cool. Alright, so let's move on to the next example where we look at values. Great, so we want to add up this range of values, and the sum function will help us do this. So equal to, we type our function sum, and we can now obey the syntax. So you can either do your selection this way, but this is basic. So you just simply select the entire range and close your parentheses. So this will give us this value 21,600 as the total amount. Let's move on with the Sumif function. The Sumif function will help us add based on given criteria. So we have categories here being electronics, furniture, and clothing. So we want to sum up all amount that pertains to electronics and all amount that pertains to furniture as well as clothing. So the Sumif function is going to help us. Yes, as you can see on the screen, Excel defines what this function entails. It adds the cell specified by a given condition or criteria. So the first argument here is the sum range, is the range. And then we separate that with a comma. So I can either do it in the formula box, and the criteria is electronics with a comma, and the sum range. Awesome. So we can now fill down with the autofill. Alright, so let's proceed with the last function, last but not the least, the aggregate function. This function comes in so handy such that the sum function has a limitation. Observe, we want to sum up this entire range, and it gives us an error because there's an error on this row, specifically in this cell C18. So the aggregate function will help us to omit errors. So we can sum and omit errors. So we use aggregate. Then we have an amazing function where we have other individual functions being embedded in it. Average, count A, max, and the like. But we want to take sum. So the function number the function number is 9. Then we can ignore nested subtotal. That's the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 with all the options they provide. But we want to go with 6 where we ignore error values. Then we can now select the array. Then we close our parentheses to avoid syntax error. Then we have this cell being omitted. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this aggregate function, whether you are new to it or you are already aware of its existence in Excel. Thank you and stay tuned for the next video.